I've known Paris Hilton from the time she's 12.
She's hot.
Her parents are friends of mine, and you know, the first time I saw her, she walked into the room and said, "Who the hell is that?"
It emotionally, physically me.
Ghislaine said, "Oh my God, who's that?" And my friend said, "Yeah, she's called Paris Hilton." And Ghislaine said, "Oh, God, she'd be perfect for Jeffrey. Could you introduce us?" Ghislaine said, "Oh my God, who's that?" And my friend said, "Yeah, she's called Paris Hilton." And Ghislaine said, "Oh, God, she'd be perfect for Jeffrey. Could you introduce us?"
The internet lit up the moment new chatter around the Epstein files started trending again. And this time the spotlight swung hard toward Paris Hilton, a name that instantly sent timelines into meltdown mode. Headlines screamed, clips were stitched together out of context, and social feeds turned into a rumor factory moving at full speed.
Is it working?
Now it's working, yeah.
Hey Gunther, what's up? It's Paris. I miss you, and I'm at my party right now in Malibu, and all my friends are drinking the rich Prosecco. Everyone loves the Royale the best. I love the passion fruit, but all my friends really love the Royale.
What actually happened is way messier and way less clear than the loudest posts make it seem, but that never stops the pile on. As soon as documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein resurfaced in public conversation, bloggers and armchair detectives started circling familiar celebrity names, digging through old photos, party guest lists, and decade-old gossip like it was fresh evidence.
I've known Paris Hilton from the time she's 12.
She's hot.
Her parents are friends of mine, and you know, the first time I saw her, she walked into the room and said, "Who the hell is that?"
Did you want to bang her?
She is well, at 12 I wasn't interested. I've never been into that.
Right.
They've sort of always stuck around that 25 category.
But even at 12, you were kind of
No,
like,
but
wow,
I
she's hot.
saw at 12 she was beautiful. But honestly, you know, Paris gets knocked and this and that, but she's very beautiful. Her
Is she
skin
dumb?
is flawless. She's dumb like a fox.
Paris's name didn't appear as an accusation or charge, but as a reference in the same messy universe of wealthy social circles that orbited Epstein back in the early 2000s, and that alone was enough to spark chaos. In that era, Paris was everywhere. Fashion shows, yacht parties, charity galas, and high-profile events packed with elites, so her image gets dragged into any story involving that crowd, fair or not. What really fueled the fire was how fast speculation turned into certainty online. Random posts started claiming unseen footage, secret roles, and dark motives without any verified sourcing, and suddenly whispers were treated like facts.
Have you seen the video?
I have seen it.
You did. What'd you do? You went on the internet?
It was just, yeah, just.
How did you see that? What did you do?
Melania showed it to me.
She did?
She showed it to me.
What did you think of that?
I think it's probably unfortunate, and perhaps it made.
That's how these scandals snowball. One dramatic caption turns into 10 reaction videos, then 100 comments insisting they always knew something was off. Paris fired back almost immediately, shutting down the rumors and flat out denying any involvement in wrongdoing, making it clear she was being pulled into a story that had nothing solid tying her to criminal acts. But denial rarely stops a viral wave once it's rolling. People pointed to the fact that Epstein mingled with powerful families, that he attended events with socialites, and that Paris's parents moved in elite circles, acting like proximity equals guilt. That's a dangerous leap, but it's one the internet loves to make.
There we go.
The context everyone forgets is that Epstein's whole operation thrived on appearances and access. He was known for attaching himself to famous names, wealthy donors, and recognizable faces because it gave him cover. Being photographed at the same event or appearing on the same guest list doesn't prove knowledge, participation, or intent, and investigators have said many times that countless people crossed paths with him without knowing what he was really doing.
Cartoon. But the thing is, I don't even give a about any of these things. I've hardly worn any of these shoes.
It emotionally, physically abused me.
Still, the culture right now is where there's smoke, there's fire. And Paris became an easy target because of her fame and her long history as tabloid bait. Every old clip of her partying got recycled like it was evidence, even though partying in your 20s in Hollywood was basically a job requirement back then. What makes this moment extra heated is Paris's complicated public image. For years, she was dismissed as a rich party girl, then later reintroduced herself as a survivor of abuse at boarding schools, an entrepreneur, and someone who understands how power systems fail people. That backstory makes the current rumors feel especially jarring to fans who see her as someone who's already spoken openly about trauma. Critics argue that the truth about Epstein's circle is still incomplete and that questions are fair, while supporters say dragging uncharged celebrities through the mud only distracts from the actual proven crimes. Either way, the noise keeps growing because outrage travels faster than facts, and Paris's name guarantees clicks. This isn't about court findings or official accusations. It's about perception, suspicion, and how quickly the internet turns association into condemnation. Once Paris's name started trending, the conversation stopped being about documents and turned into a full-blown culture war over belief, accountability, and celebrity privilege. Comment sections split instantly, one side insisting that rich socialites always know more than they admit, the other side pushing back hard, saying accusations without proof are reckless and unfair. What keeps this story boiling is the long-standing myth of a secret client list, a concept that gets recycled every few years despite authorities repeatedly saying no verified list like that exists. Still, screenshots circulate, names get added by anonymous accounts, and suddenly a rumor feels official just because it's repeated enough times. Paris addressed this directly, calling the claims false and harmful, and pointing out that being present in elite spaces doesn't equal being part of criminal behavior. That statement didn't end the debate, it poured gas on it. The internet has a short memory but a long grudge, and Paris has been a lightning rod since day one. People still see her through the early 2000s lens, ignoring how much time has passed and how public narratives evolve. In this moment, her wealth and visibility are being treated like proof of something darker, even though no legal action, testimony, or verified document accuses her of crimes. That gap between evidence and assumption is where speculation lives, and it's loud. You've got creators turning guesses into monetized breakdowns, thumbnails screaming exposed, and viewers reacting emotionally instead of critically. It becomes less about Epstein's victims, who deserve real justice, and more about dragging famous names into a digital coliseum. There's also a deeper issue hiding underneath all this noise. Epstein's case exposed how power protects itself, how institutions fail, and how accountability often stops at the edge of wealth. People are angry, and that anger looks for recognizable faces to aim at. Paris represents excess, fame, and privilege to a lot of folks, so she becomes symbolic even when facts don't back up the fury. That doesn't mean questions are forbidden, but it does mean the line between investigation and internet mob gets crossed fast. When every association is framed as sinister, the truth gets buried under theatrics. What's clear is that this situation shows how messy the aftermath of Epstein's crime still is. Years later, his shadow keeps pulling new people into controversy, whether they belong there or not. Paris is fighting not just a rumor, but a system where denial is seen as guilt and silence is seen as proof. In the absence of new verified information, the story lives off recycled gossip and emotional reactions. That's why this keeps resurfacing, because unresolved trauma mixed with celebrity culture creates endless speculation loops. At the end of the day, no court has accused Paris Hilton of criminal conduct connected to Epstein, and repeating unverified claims doesn't bring justice any closer. What it does reveal is how fast narratives form when fame, fear, and outrage collide. The real danger is letting rumor replace reality and letting suspicion overshadow facts. This scandal isn't just about one name trending, it's about how the internet handles unfinished stories, especially when powerful figures and painful history intersect.